So, Yin stands with his arm raised to the sky, the helmet boinker directed at the Mango Shuriken. You feel the entirety of this boinker vibrate, and the end of it begins to emit a divine light. You feel it. It is ready. It is ready to move. It is ready to go. The button on it has clicked outward. Your finger rests over it. Do you fire?
I will fire.
A resounding clap of thunder emits from this device. You see it that it fires a swarm of star-shaped projectiles that race up toward this symbol. They spread out and pass by the symbol before looping around to strike from the back. It is silent when they strike. However, you see a wave of golden light wash out from the Mango Shuriken. You see that you see that the shuriken begins to spin before the entire circle is yellow. There's a blast of light. It comes down and strikes the sand perhaps half a mile away from the village. You see it blaze, and that it appears that the sand itself is burning.
I go over to investigate it.
The beam ends after you take a few steps toward it, but you see something there. You step closer, and you walk. As you get closer, you see you see that the sand is still burning. Does Pan follow you?
Oh, does Pan follow me?
Yeah.
Yes, you see that there appears to be some yeah, the ground is blackened and charred. It appears that there's shards of almost volcanic glass scattered over the area. However, under the spot where the beam struck, there lays a figure. It appears to be a man. He wears long lavender ceremonial robes with tighter white robes underneath. And along with a hat, a round hat made of threaded straw. Upon his feet he wears sandals, and he clutches a sheathed blade in one hand. He looks out of place. You haven't seen anyone dressed this way before. You think that he might be from some advanced society. Perhaps they cast a scout down to investigate this village. Maybe there's some resource that they want.
Calling it right now. Does anyone speak Abyssal? Well, anyone would be me or Pan, really. I don't speak Abyssal.
Elben attempts to communicate, first in Celestial, of which
Paladin.
there is no response from the man. He attempts again an infernal, followed by draconic, followed by common. There's none for draconic nor infernal, but when they speak in common, I think those are the languages that Elben speaks. I don't know what language they speak. When they speak in common, the man looks up with one eye, opens it, before he closes it again and lays his head back where it was. Rael takes the rod and gently pokes his arm holding the sword with the end holding the triangle. He clutches the blade tighter, but otherwise does not respond.
Yin is not getting in that pit. One. Obviously, Yin's not going to be getting to a pit with a dude with a sword. That just seems like a terrible idea. So instead, I do not have that many useful languages, so I will see. Not have that much. Not much things I can do in terms of spells. So I will ask him in common what he is doing here, since he seems to respond to that.
He responds in Draconic. Do either of you speak Draconic? Because I know that Elben doesn't. Do either of you speak Draconic?
No, I don't.
Neither of you do.
I do not.
Well, you do not know what he said. He says something, but you don't know what it is. He sounds tired.
I toss him one of my rations.
He catches it, then he sits up and begins eating.
Turn over to Elvin, Rail, and Pan Pan. He seems pretty harmless. I mean, really nothing we should worry about.
Yes, Elben conjures a small tome in front of them. It turns over, and you see characters in a variety of languages flow from its cover. The tome raises up high before it bursts. Elvin and this man begin to converse for a bit. It's in some unfamiliar. Oh yeah, it's in an unfamiliar language.
It's not in a familiar language. Can't hear it.
You can hear them speaking, but you don't know what they're saying.
Okay. Yin would like to wait over. The guy is still in the crevice, the pit, right?
Yes, he's in the pit.
Yin would like to be on the opposite side of the pit where Elben is. Elben's on one side, he'd like to be on the direct opposite, just watching.
They talk for a few minutes before the man finishes eating, and then he stands up, takes his blade and puts it into a carrier on his side. He turns to you, Yin, and speaks. Oh yeah. I have heard of you. I'll speak this common, but pardon if my common is not right. You see, there are There's zombies are coming. They come from the west. You can see over there. Do you see them walking?
Italian men get. Oh, shuriken. I look in the direction he pointed to, because I assume he's not just going to say, over there, and just not point or look in any other
About,
direction.
yeah, it looks like about 5 miles away. There's a bunch of dark-colored figures slowly shuffling around. You can't tell how many there are because they're so far away, but there's more than 10. You know that there's more than 10, but you're not entirely sure how many they are. So, it appears that he's telling the truth.
Yeah, he moves.
Ay, ay, ay. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Inosuke, Bured of the Boar. I am the newest 5-star hero for AFK Arena. You might have heard of me before in your many travels through the dimensions. But what you might not know is that you might not have used the code IH777 to drag the 40 free hero and maybe get a me. Have you tried to use the code IH777 to get the 40 free draw yet?
Nope, but I'm feeling the stream is sponsored.
You have not used the code. Well, make sure that you use the code. You need to get the 40 free the hero, or you will not win and you will not get far to the high arenas. You must use the code IH777. Please make sure to do that and to get Inosuke, the Braid of the Boar. Come with me, I shall show you. Come. These zombies, I will send to kill these zombies. Please come show me. I will... Please. If you want to kill and help me with the zombies, then of course you can help me. Do you want to help me?
Sure thing, weird man. I don't know why you're here. I won't ask such stupid questions when we have other pressing matters. Uh, Look, Yin would like to investigate the shambling zombies to see if they're actually real because he's been tricked by genjutsu and other illusions in the past.
Yeah, okay.
Would I roll for that?
Okay. So you said you're going to investigate the zombies to see if they look, suspicious. Um... So... Well, that will be Arcana.
Did I use the bot wrong?
Yes.
I don't know how, but okay. Oh, it's question mark. Okay.
It's a question mark now. Yeah.
So I'll just pretend that your roll was one I got. Since basically 7. Great.
So, well, let me tell you what you do know. These are zombies.
Checks out. I will wait for our weird war friend to make a move. He may not be a boar, but that's just the only thing I remember about his name.
Yeah. Um. Well. I mean, he just keeps walking.
I I'll just follow in the direction he's going. Yeah, I'll just follow in the direction instead of doing anything else.
Okay.
However, Ian will not be attacking the zombies first, since he believes this might be a trap still. And what is Pan Pan doing during this excursion?
Oh, hey, where's he going? Like, where's he going?
Ian is going with the mysterious Italian dude who loves AFK Arena towards, I assume, the zombies.
Okay, I guess I go there too.
Yes. Well, you get all at one point the zombies just jump behind you. When you're about 3 miles away,
Far?
yeah, when you're about 3 miles away, they suddenly just jump up in the air and you see them flash toward you like lightning. During which point they appear behind you, like half a mile behind you now, and now they're much closer to the village. The zombies just teleported like 3.5 miles.
Okay. At this point, we have to catch up with them before they get to the village. I don't think Elpin and Rail followed us. Is that correct? They're still like hanging out by the village.
They're in the hole.
Okay.
Yeah, they're chilling in the hole. Cause, by the way, the hole is pretty cold. The desert is hot, but the hole is cold.
Be nice to them then.
Yeah.
Okay. So how close are they to the village, and how
Like,
close are they to the zombie?
uh, I mean, zombies are about like a mile and a half away from the village. I mean, like these distances are very long distances. You don't have to worry. A very long way that they have to go for slow shuffling zombies.
Hey, great, great. My character would like to turn into a race. My character says hop on and turn into a racehorse. Well, it would be a riding horse, but still. And my character can move 60 feet around. So, there we go.
Haha. Oh, ha ha ha! You have a nice horse, but look at me. I can summon my own shadow steed. Look. He hops up in the air before appearing on quite a large white horse. It's almost ethereal, kind of ghostly. Look, look at how beautiful my horse is. It is my own horse, and I can summon it to be faster. Look at how beautiful it is. It is so beautiful. Look at the beautiful horse.
The character is not looking out of spite. He comes into this dimension, he ones up my horse transformation.
The horse is bigger. Yes, they are bigger. So, the They run quickly toward the zombies. At one point, the horse, Inosuke, gets ahead of you on his horse, and when he gets close to the zombies, he hops up so that he's standing with his feet about shoulder width apart, standing on top of the back of the horse. He draws his blade and crouches, ready to swing. Just when he gets to the zombies, the horse leaps high, about 60 feet in the air. Now that you're this close, you can see that there are more than 100 of these zombies. You hear him cry out, Rageo! The Grand Swordsman! Judicial Strike! He swings down his blade as his horse disappears. A great silver-colored slash arcs from his blade and strikes the ground. It detonates in a rather large explosion that mangles every zombie and reduces it to chunks of meat and bone. Ooh. These zombies are no match for my judicial strike. That is why they call me the Grand Swordsman Inosuke. Ho ho.
So did you bring us on? Did you tell us to follow you to fight zombies just so you can flex on us? Like, you clearly did not need us, and you knew.
I'm back.
You going to respond or?
He just keeps posing all cool like with his sword in the air like a Skyrim NPC. It's as if you chose a dialogue option that doesn't exist and you're just clicking outside of the box and trying to get him to respond. You have 3 dialogue options and you're just clicking outside the box.
Mm-hmm. Great. Great.
Now, you're not entirely sure what these dialogue options are because this isn't Skyrim.
Correct. It gives Pan the helmet blanker and just shoves him in front of the guy and just leaves. This is your problem now, Pan.
What happened while I was gone?
Oh, easy. He killed all the zombies in one shot. I said why. I accused him of just bringing us along just to gloat, and then he's been just posing and flexing because I don't know the dialogue options. So then I handed you the helmet blinker, pushed you in front of him, and then slowly backed away.
I'd say that's amazing.
Yes, this is what everybody tells me. Yes, I am very amazing. It is glad that I have another fan. Yes, ha ha. You see the bones begin to rattle around you as some of them begin to reform into strange, mangled lumps of, I don't know. It's like piles of meat, but they're moving. Piles of meat and bone. Kind of. They're not zombie shaped anymore, it's just a pile.
I look over to Elvin and shout, "Hey, Paladin, isn't this your job?" Okay, so I would be behind the. I was backing up away from him. So how close am I to the giant pile?
Uh, about 10 feet away.
Also, was I muted the entire time, or did you hear what I said earlier?
I think you were muted.
Great. I said I look over to Elbin and say, "Hey, Paladin, isn't this your job?"
They agree that it is. The paladin gestures towards the um meat pile. He gestures toward the meat pile not near you, and you know, thrusts your fist upward. A multitude of thick spikes erupt from the sand and spear this meat pile, making it unable to move. They do the same thing to two other piles of meat. However, for these other two, Rael has to assist and donate some of their energies.
Nice. I will go investigate these meat piles after they are pinned down. And after a little bit of investigation, I'd like to go and ask for. I'll go ask the Italian Boar if he could deal with them again, because clearly he has not helped the situation.
Or to investigate them, see what they are.
Well, the meat piles look pretty meaty. uh, you're going to investigate them. Roll perception.
Oh wait, what was the guy even from again?
I got 17 plus 2, so 19.
Uh, well, you can see that the meat piles, they appear to be wearing, tattered clothing and perhaps some old leather armor. You can see a symbol on one of them. Looks like a, looks like a, there's a line. Above it there's an arc made out of smaller diamond shapes. I'll send a picture in the, yeah, I'll send a picture.
I'll just wait for the picture.
I put it in Beppis. See that. It's a symbol and it looks like that, but it's one color and it's red.
Hmm. Interesting.
By the way, this was the closest thing I could find on Google Images. The actual symbol is drawn on a piece of paper by me. This is the closest I can find to it.
Okay. Well, makes sense.
Yeah. So even though that's not what I described, it's close. Anyway, so the yeah, so Pan. Roll a history check.
Nine plus 2, so 11.
You do not know where this symbol is from. However, I mean, okay, well, you don't know what. You know it's from a guild. You don't know which guild.
Would my character also see the symbol?
Yes. Well, I mean, Pan points it out in that case.
Okay, can I do a history check to see if I know where it's from?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see.
Go on. I have proficiency in history. Okay. Give me a second. Yay, an 8.
Well, you also deduce that it's from a guild.
Well, that's not very helpful, is it? I go and ask our Italian Boar friend to elaborate on the symbol.
He doesn't know.
Useless. Okay. Let's see. Is there... Okay, so the zombies came from a direction way out, like way out into the desert, right?
Yes.
I would like to investigate the direction where they were coming from, because they didn't. Cause as far as Yin knows, they didn't just appear out of nowhere. And I will leave Pan to investigate the symbol and the meaning and all that other stupid stuff.
Okay, so you said you're gonna go look and see if there's any more zombies out in the desert. Is that what you said?
No, I'm gonna go look out where the zombies came from because they would have came from a specific place, and as far as Yin knows, they wouldn't have just spawned in out of nowhere.
Well, you walk over there. Well, as you're doing this, you hear like a sort of kind of like a sound like a piece of wood, like a piece of wood designed to vibrate, striking another piece of wood designed to vibrate. Okay, you know what a marimba sounds like?
No. The way you describe it, probably pretty neat sound.
You know the skeleton noise from Minecraft?
Yeah.
Imagine that, but like more melodic. That's what a marimba sounds like.
Okay, makes sense.
If a musician hears that, they're going to be offended. I played marimba in marching band. That's what it sounds like. Like, just yeah, that musicians, you can't be offended. I have first-hand experience.
Yeah, suck it, suck it, musician.
Anyway.
I came out saying suck it, magicians.
Anyway, so, um, you guys keep hearing bony skeleton noises? Just bone
And
music.
I have to try and see where the noise is coming from.
Well, you keep looking around, but you don't see it. And before you ask, no, it is not Megalovania. No.
I was not going to ask. My brother probably was.
It isn't any songs from Undertale. But Bone Truzel slaps. I'm just gonna say it. Bone Truzel slaps, but it isn't.
Grid.
Okay. But no, the bone sounds are not anything from Megalovania. So the so the you guys keep hearing bone noises, and you can't seem to figure it out. Like eventually, and about the time when you get to the as far where the zombies were, you see that the ground is kind of dirty. It's very dirty ground.
Okay.
By which I mean it's a patch
It
of
looks like
soil instead of
okay.
sand.
Does it look like the soil has been disturbed?
Yes, turned over. Much turned over.
Okay.
Not
I
entirely
would
sure
like.
why there's just a graveyard in the middle of the desert, and more importantly, a graveyard made of dirt in the middle of the desert. But
Interesting. I would like to dig it up. How long did it take me to get there from like the village?
like 2 hours.
Okay. Okay. I'd like to dig up the grave area. Well, I'd like to investigate the grave area first before I start digging it up randomly.
Well, you you. By the way, did Pan come with you?
No, I believe I told him to investigate the symbol more and left.
Well, after 2 hours, Pan at this point is just kind of trying to make stuff out of the meat. I mean, he was able. I mean, okay. By the way, at this point, after like 2 hours, Pan has been able to make a potion of minor healing out of zombie meat somehow.
I believe Yin would have legitimately slapped him if he started making stuff out of the meat.
Well, you weren't there, so that's why you couldn't.
Exactly.
Anyway, now you have a a potion of minor healing made of zombie meat. So I don't know if you can trust it.
I'm just gonna hope he doesn't realize something and move on to his bit.
Yeah. So as for Yin, the soil is cold. And when you touch it, it's clearly just sand, but enchanted to be black.
Look around to see if there's anybody nearby to enchant this.
Well, no, there isn't. There's also some gravestones, and the thing is, you're touching the sand, but it doesn't move like sand. In your hands, it's sand. When you look at it, it's moving around like pieces of dirt. And it's very confusing.
I bet. Okay. See. I'd like to dig in this. I'd like to dig further down
With
into
what?
this hole.
With what?
Huh?
What are you gonna use to dig?
Give me a second while I go look up an animal to turn into.
I was gonna ask if you have like a kunai because those are great for digging. But
No, the closest thing I have for that is a dagger.
yeah, daggers in for digging. But kunai are very good at digging. I learned the other day.
Well,
It's because of their shape. Um, and I'm not talking about like Naruto kunai. I mean like actual like trowel shaped kunai. Like it's cause they're shaped like that.
okay, I turned into a badger.
A badger. Okay. Well, it's you can feel that it's you see the ground is sandy, but it looks like dirt and it's also cold. But after about the first inch of digging, you can see that it's sand and it's just as hot as surface sand.
Mm,
You can touch the two
okay.
layers with your toe beans. Do badgers have toe beans?
I do not believe so. I believe they are 150% pure hatred incarnate.
Anyway, you can feel the difference between the two layers, and even when you put your paw, animal claw. I don't know what badger hands look like. Because the way I just imagine them being like raccoon hands, but with claws. But I know that's not what they look like.
That is pretty close to what they look
Oh,
like,
like
actually.
raccoon hands with claws. Okay. In that case, okay. Well, then in that case, I'll call them hands. You put your hand on on the sand, and you can feel that even on the seam between the dirt sand and the sandy sand, there's a difference in temperature. It's not like dispersing heat. And you would have thought that in 2 hours it would have warmed up the dirt sand, but no, it didn't. This is magic sand. You better watch out. You better watch out, 'cause you feel like you're about to have a bad time. 'Cause like,
I
if it's gonna stay like this, if it's staying like this, then that might be some magic. So you feel like you're about to have a bad time.
I go gather the rest of the party and return to the location.
And before anyone mentions sands, that was a coincidence. I did not mean to say it like that. Don't do that. That was an accident.
Yeah, we're not going to mention it because I feel like the second we do, Sands is just going to materialize and kill us all.
Yeah, that's about accurate. So as you're digging, as you're like investigating the sand, you feel a single bony finger touch you.
Ooh, yeah, that is not happening. I scurry backwards, and start growling like a rabid badger.
You see some kind of. It looks like a set of armor, but bony, and it has no legs. Like there's boots, and there's a skirt. There's no leg. There's just you got just like a solid 8 inches between the skirt and the boots, of which there's just no. You can just see through it.
Okay, that is
It's
horrifying.
just bone plate armor. It's plate armor made of bone. It's kind of floating there and looking at you. Oh yeah, another thing.
So,
There's no upper arm guards. Between the pauldrons and the forearm guards, there's more air.
that must have been how he died. People always overlook the Pauldron guards. I know generally what a pauldron is. I just did not call them that. Okay. Did the rest of the party show up? Like when I called them over, or am I still alone?
You're still alone, very far away.
I would like to make my voice echo 3 times as loud and tell them to get over here after I release from badger form. Because let's be honest, it's not going to help if I'm in a badger form.
They still can't hear you. You're really far away. You didn't get any closer.
That is a problem. I begin running back.
I mean, you know how loud you have to be heard from 5 miles away? My dad's blown a trumpet as hard as he could, and I couldn't hear him a mile away, man. Like it's sound really dissipates in the air. It shouldn't do that, but it does. In a vacuum, it doesn't.
It's insane.
So, um, so did you say you just turned into something and ran? What did you turn into? Or did you
No, I was a badger. I turned back into yin or to yell because they wouldn't be able to understand me if I was an animal.
Do you have any more wild shapes? Like,
No,
how
I
many
just
times can
used
you how many
2
times can you do it per day? Oh, 2 times, really? Oh, I thought it was 4. Oh, okay, I believe you.
on that circle of the moon, so I don't have that powerful wild shape.
Oh, okay.
By the way, it's not per day; it's per short. It's per short rest.
Ooh, nice.
So still semi useful.
Anyway, you run away, and the bones chase you. They're slower than you, yes. A bit slower than you, and so if you keep running fast, they do fall behind. My ribs. Ow.
Was it you saying that or the bones?
The bones. Both of us. I mean, so bones continue to chase you for a good long time. I mean, and as you begin to get, you know, winded, you're able to use your some druid spell to replenish your windedness. Unfortunately, this boner does not need to keep boning after you and requiring continued magic to keep himself from getting tired of boning after you. And so he, yeah, he just keeps running. Just keeps,
Proper cardio and work ethic are the real magic of running.
yeah. I mean, you are a human, so you did need to use some magic to keep
Not a
yourself.
human.
You're not a demon. You're not a dragon.
Okay.
You're not a celestial. I don't care that you're a tiefling. From my perspective, you're a human.
Humanoid. So yeah,
Here's the thing.
it's
Okay, I'm just gonna pause this to say D&D player races. Okay, D&D character race, player character races. They're not very different Do I say that sure they have different racial abilities and different racial stat changes? Yes, that's true. But a level 1 fighter of all the different races is not all that different in combat.
Yeah, I
Cause
mean,
5e is balanced.
true. It'd probably be the exact same.
And
Quick
so,
question.
yeah, what is it?
Running for long periods of time, what determines how long you can run? Is it dexterity or constitution?
It's charisma that determines how long you can run. It's not about it's not about constitution. It's not about how good your legs are. It's about how much you can convince yourself to keep running. It's charisma. I mean,
Uh-huh.
okay, the first check to continue running was charisma, which you succeeded. I'm just gonna say that you did because you're a pretty charismatic fellow and you can convince yourself to keep going. Um, However, after a while, you did need to use magic.
Yeah, charisma only takes me so far.
Yeah, charisma can take you past what your limits would normally be, but you need magic to keep yourself from dying from going so far, and so you're somehow able to get all the way back to the place in like record time. I mean, you've never run this fast this far before, but magic helps you. And so, I mean, you used a level 1 spell slot for this,
What?
but I'm just gonna say, you did use a level 1 spell slot, however, the bone guy is pretty far behind you. And you're also back with your comrades now.
Worth
Yeah,
it.
you ran really far. I mean, I couldn't do that I couldn't do that because I don't have magic.
5 miles. Of course, I ran pretty far.
Yeah.
Completely worth it. Okay. I go over to the flexing Italian boar guy and tell him, "Hey, look, another one." And I point.
That's another one. Another one is about to bite the dust. Ha ha.
Can you kill them this time? Because like the others are just in a giant flesh mound.
I did kill them, but then they came back. It's not my fault.
If you're meant to kill them, then stop them from coming back. Not that hard.
Do you not see that they are dead? Look, they are dead.
They are still moving.
They're not anymore. They were when you left, but they're not right now.
Fine. Great. Kill this one. My character would like to watch and see if the guy fails miserably. Because that would make my character so happy. Am I lagging or can everyone hear me?
Yeah, I think you were lagging.
Okay. I would like to watch the guy try and kill the skeleton man, and Yin secretly hopes he fails because that would be hilarious to him.
He runs toward this skeleton man. He does a spin in the air with his blade, and you see him being highlighted, being haloed by the sun. And you see his armor glint and sparkle, as you see his muscles flex, their beautifully pale complexion flexing under the halo of the sun. You see little golden sparkles come off of him from his intense manliness. Before he declares, "Ha! Knockout blow!" as he strikes down at the Skelebones. The skeleton raises a shield, a heavy, thick shield of bone, and deflects this. "Oh, mamma mia! He he didn't die. Oh, mamma mia! It is up to you. Help me. You know why this happened? This happened because you did not use code IH777. This is why this happened."
Where would we be able to use such a code? Yin says.
Well, you could use it. You could use it in the app Idle Heroes, which you can download on the App Store today.
How crazy convenient, Yin says. Deadpan. Okay. In goes over to Elbin and asks him to use his Eldritch Blast on him before I have to use spell slots on him.
Waiting to see what happens.
Oh,
Well,
let's see. Mario whiffed super badly, so then I asked Elbin to shoot the stupid skeleton guy because I did not want to waste a spell slot.
the Elben begins to fire off Eldritch Blasts rather quickly, as fast as they can. You can see it begin to chip away pieces of the armor, but their hands, it appears, are beginning to get slightly burnt from these energies. Eventually, there manages to be a hole in its chest, but Elben's hands are too injured to keep blasting. He goes and asks Pan Pan to assist.
I hit him with fireball.
Roll.
Did Pan Pan make a bomb when I wasn't looking? How do you have fireball?
I said fireball. Bolt.
Oh, firebolt. Okay. I just
I
thought Pan Pan made a bomb.
I also thought that they meant fireball, and I was gonna have that just detonate inside the chest cavity, but still roll for firebolt. However, a fireball detonating inside of a bone armor's chest cavity, that would be a really cool way to defeat it. So you said you rolled a 15? You said you rolled a 15, is that what I heard?
Oh, I rolled an 18 plus 4.
Oh, a 22.
22.
Yes, that does hit it. It goes into the hole in the chest and bounces around in there. The armor looks unhappy. It takes off one of its fingers and throws it at you. Does an 11 hit?
How do I check that? It does.
Armor class. What's your armor class?
12.
Again, an 11 does not hit.
He shot you the middle finger, literally.
Yeah.
Okay. My character goes over to his water skins, takes a sip of water, puts them on his hands, rubs his hands together, and then puts his hands behind his back and just launches them forward, creating an ice knife aimed directly at your character, at your stupid skeleton man. So that's a 15 plus 4.
19, yeah. That hits. It goes into its chest. Goes into the hole also, because y'all are really accurate. And so the
It does 7 damage, and let's see, can you make a dexterity saving throw now?
no. Why? It hits.
If I'm not reading the spell wrong, then
No, I mean it
after
explodes inside of it. Why would it make a dex save?
Oh, no dex save?
Yeah,
okay.
it doesn't, no.
You take 2d2 cold damage.
2d2?
As the
2d2?
shrapnel hits you.
I've never heard
As
of
the shrapnel
2d2.
hits you. What?
I've never heard of a d2.
Oh, 2d6. Sorry. 2d6 cold damage.
The shards of ice burst from it and chip off pieces. There's many holes inside of it now instead of just the one big one. It is very angry. It roars and tries to come toward you before its legs fall off. It looks back at them confused and just raises its arms and yells while its legs are about 5 feet behind it.
I look over to the Oreo Italian Boar man and say, oh, maybe if you didn't telegraph your attacks, you wouldn't have missed.
No, I must kill flashily. I must bring them to their flashy defeat. That is why I am called the Blade of the Boar, because I am very flashy, like a boar is very big and you know it's there.
I wouldn't call boars big. They're more medium-sized, but still.
But do they not roar at you before they charge, so you are afraid of the boar? Just like you were afraid to meet my blade.
I'm a druid. I have never been afraid of an animal in my life.
You have something wrong with you.
You missed a skeleton with no legs. You have something wrong with you.
I assure you, there is nothing wrong with Inosuke, the Blade of the Boar. I am the best. I am the most handsome of the warriors in all of Shinra's army.
And why are you here alone?
Because I am all that is needed to take out of the zombies. Look, they are dead. I handled all of them.
All but one.
Where is it? I do not see any zombies.
I don't know, you whiffed pretty hard on the skeleton man, and if that guy came out of nowhere, then there must be more zombies. Really? Since you still haven't stopped the reason the zombies...
Well, if you cannot handle the Inosuke style, then I guess that the Inosuke will just leave and take his style with him. Ha ha ha. He strikes a glamorous pose before dissolving into some sparkles.
Couldn't even died in a cool way. Weak.
He strikes one of those JoJo poses. Yeah.
He does, but he's it's physically impossible to do a JoJo pose, so he does it and just goes, ow. I feel like doing any JoJo pose, you just take 1d4 damage.
Yeah, tell that to Elvin.
This is why I think he's a paladin. Ah, this is great. Okay. Skeleton Man. Very upset, probably, right?
Yes.
Still legless and on the ground.
Yes.
He's still
Right, I
alive.
run up to it and decide to try and hit it with my magic staff.
What do you roll?
16 plus 4, so 20.
You hit the helmet. You go and you hit to the side like a baseball bat, and the helmet flies off over somewhere else.
I don't
It
know if you're
goes,
keeping track of damage, but
its
8
hands,
damage.
its hands go and grasp at where the head used to be before it, and when seeing that there is none, it swings its arms around. Does a 14 hit?
Yeah, my armor class is 12.
You take 9 slashing damage from its fingers.
I'm still standing and backs away rather quickly.
It keeps trying to swipe at you, but you're not there.
Sir. Okay, I go over to Pan Pan and ask him, you want to just go grab the head, or should I? I mean, it's just right there.
Yeah, sure.
Just don't face it towards the body. It does not need to be able to see where we are.
Okay.
Do you have like a blindfold, or? Because I really believe that we should probably blindfold that thing.
It's not. It's not like a skull with eyes. It's a helm.
I know. I assume it's one of those helmets where it has like the central like helmet top thing, and then the little middle piece down the front of it where it's supposed to be dividing the face. 2 sections.
What?
Okay. You know how like in some helmets there's the actual helmet part, there's the sides where it's protected, and the actual face part where your face is supposed to go, there's like a little piece protruding down that's supposed to protect like front part of your face a little bit while still letting you see. I assumed that's where its general like area was, like eye area.
Well, it doesn't look like it has any eyes. And
I know, but the fact that the body couldn't see without the helmet led me to believe that it probably needed the helmet to see.
Okay.
Once again, I reiterate, I handed Pan Pan the helmet blinker, so go wild, dude.
Or I guess I am with the helmet blinker.
It blinks. It blinks like a helmet blinker regularly would. It doesn't, it doesn't give a satisfying helmet blink. You just kinda hit it.
I think you're supposed to push the button, I say, shouting like 30 feet back.
The button is not raised for you to push.
How'd you break my helmet blinker already? Gave it to you like 5 minutes ago. Well, few hours technically.
I don't know.
So the body actually can't see me at all. Great. So I
Not as far as
cast
you know.
Berry. I cast Good Berry because, I mean, let's be honest, I need the health. So I have 10 good berries.
Okay.
And I watch him do his little stupid thing while I eat about a few good berries every 5 seconds because that's apparently all you can do each round.
Pan, what else are you gonna do with the helmet?
Is it like, is he headless now?
Yes,
Can I look inside the helmet?
it's hollow. Do you want to put it on? Is that why you're checking? Is it because you want to put it on?
I want to put it on.
You want to put it on?
Yeah.
It nearly chokes on a berry the second he tries to put it on, but he's too far away to do anything.
The the bone armor stops moving.
Yin gingerly saunters over to the bone armor. And Yin would like to just periodically, over the course of however long this takes, take his magic staff and just start whacking the armor. Absolutely just hitting it over and over again. He wants that stuff shattered. You all can hear me, right? I'm not being crazy.
Yes.
Great, now where do we proceed now?
Well, let me tell you. This right here, the helmet, you don't really know. You feel like you can breathe clearly. The helmet makes Pan feel like Pan can breathe very deeply, very clearly. Like he can expand his lungs with more air.
Little did we know Pan Pan just had asthma this entire time. Yin, still not knowing any of this, break continues to try and break all the armor.
Yeah,
The main body, since
you're
that
able
seems
to
the most dangerous.
you're able to break it up.
Yin's not stupid. He will salvage the pieces of the individual pieces and just give them to Pan Pan.
Well, they kind of fall apart.
I know, but even if the armor was magic enough to come to life, then even a few shards of it would probably be good. Plus, if we get enough of the shards, might be able to melt it down to something actually useful.
It's bone.
Yes, and I fully intend to melt bone.
That's really
Despite that
smelly.
being impossible.
Have you ever melted a bone before? It's really smelly.
Yeah, but if Vikings can go melt bones into their weapons to make rudimentary steel, I can go do the same thing with no knowledge of blacksmithing.
Yeah, bone iron.
Which is also why I'm giving it to Pan Pan, the person who says he has experience in making and selling swords.
You're able to get about, like, the boots and about like 2 pounds of shards that are big, like decently sized shards. The rest of them are like really small, so so it wouldn't be worth much. But 2 pounds of big shards and the bone boots.
Okay. It would like to. The bone boots are. Wait, are they intact?
Yeah, they're intact.
Okay. I'll put on the bone boots. Beggars can't be
They're
choosers.
too small for your big feet.
And I give it to the dainty, weak, small, you know, human who will not live as long as me, probably.
When they try to put their foot inside of it, it just doesn't let them. It's not that it's too small, but just the rim of the boot refuses to let them pass through it. They just can't put their toes into it.
You're unworthy.
I try.
Okay.
It's too small for Pan Pan's feet too. Elvin also tries, but it has the same effect of not letting their toes in.
Okay, well, we have two options here, I say to the group. We can either A, try and break it down for more materials, or B, we can sell it to some sucker and then just run and take the money the second he realizes that he can't put his feet in. So, Pan Pan, you're a merchant. How does that plan sound?
It's terrible.
But I mean, like, what are they going to do? They'll have useless boots and we'll be like miles away on a horse.
Don't know what to do.
Fine, we'll go take them to a magic person, I guess, to see if they can identify what the boots do. But you're holding them. You're definitely holding the stupid boots.
Okay. Wait. He asked Grail to check the boots with the rod.
Gonna use the rod as a shoehorn, or
Oh, just check it.
I, I mean, using the rod, like, so wait, who was trying to put on the boots? Was Pan Pan or was Yin trying to put on the boots?
everyone at some point tried to put on the boots.
Well, yeah, I
First it
know, but
was Yin,
who's trying to
and
like
Rail, and
who's
Pan
trying to use the
Pan.
rod right now?
Oh,
I am. Like,
try, we're trying to get your giant feet into those stupid boots with a rod.
It doesn't work at first as a shoehorn, but then you start just beating the bottom of the shoe to at uh Pan Pan's foot, and after a while, you're able to you do are able to make some progress. As for some reason the boot gets bigger. You keep beating on it, just beating the soul of it as it just expands to fit this guy's big foot. Eventually you're able to get it so that it's fully on his foot. Now, Pan Pan had to now I'm gonna say Pan Pan did take off his other boots before he put on these boots, right? Like, okay, so he's not wearing. It's not like he's wearing two pairs of boots. He's wearing just one pair of boots. But these are not like metal. No, these are no, they're not. These aren't like boot with soles. It's just like it's like an armor boot, you know. It has no soles. If you want to be able to walk around on a street without slipping around, you're gonna need some rubber soles. But these leather soles. But this has no soles. It's just bone on the bottom. Uh, I mean, it's magic.
You dwarf.
What do you say?
Oh, I said, sucks to be you, dwarf.
Yeah, I thought. Oh, I thought you were saying that. How does a warforged walk? But yeah, that's. Nah, they're different.
Warforged are robots. I don't assume how they walk.
They have better balance. They can handle having low friction feet.
Looks like Pan Pan's gonna need to do a dexterity check every single time he walks on the town.
Also, warforged sometimes wear boots for that reason. Sometimes. Here's the thing. Pan Pan would be able to grip the ground better if he was barefoot than if he's wearing these boots.
The second he puts the boots on, Yin would like to push Pan Pan slightly to see if he slips. Would that be a strength check versus a dexterity check or something like that?
Strength check.
I rolled a 13 minus 1, so 12.
Do I have to roll anything?
Like, uh, yeah. Yes. Strength check. To not. Wait, you said that Yin was trying to push Pan Pan over. That's what I heard. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. In that case, yes, Pan Pan must make a strength check to not fall over. It's contested.
14 plus 1.
Yeah, he succeeds. Definitely. Because I got like a 12.
Okay.
Wait, is the stupid mango thing in the sky?
No. I mean, well, okay. It's not a mango shuriken, but it's the same, like, beam laser thing it was. It's not shooting the laser, but it's. Okay. There's a great, like, metal disc with that has three kind of like long appendages coming off of it, and in the center there's a great disc of yellowish orange that's glowing. It looks like it looks like it's powered up and ready to fire down a beam at any point.
Yeah, Elvin, does your daddy know anything about this? Because I feel like this could be a problem.
They don't.
Great. Like, their town have, I don't know if you already said this or not, but does town have anything close to a library or a town hall?
The closest thing is probably gonna. I mean, no, no.
Great. Backwater Island. Desert town. Great. Great. Okay. So, I believe I would like to investigate the stupid eye laser coming from the sky.
So you're gonna try to figure out like if it has like a weak point, or you're gonna try to figure out like what it is, or what are you gonna do? What are you trying to do?
Oh, I'm trying to kind of find out, like, one, if it's getting prepared to fire, and two, I'm trying to like gaze if it can be stopped. Like if it has a weak point, yeah, sure.
Do a perception check.
Ten plus two, so
Hmm. Well, you've rolled. Well, you are able to determine that it does not have any weak points. This is what you're able to determine. At least, you're trying to find one, and you know that there should be one, but you can't find any.
and turns to Pan Pan and says, Druid senses are telling me that we are screwed. Okay. Right now, I'd say we should probably find a way out of here. Really won't help. We should at least have a place we could settle down and plan it out in case any more zombies or skeleton men show up.
Right. The
Okay. I hand him all the stupid bone shards and all that other stuff because I don't really need all that stuff in my inventory. And then I'd like to discuss the giant flying death disc in the sky. I don't really know. I don't really know where we are per se, but I do know that our dimension definitely didn't have that. Any thoughts on the things I just said, Pan Pan?
really.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would notice if our freaking sky had a giant death disc 24/7. Okay, so right now, I believe our only lead is that stupid helmet, the helmet blinker, and that patch of dirt I found earlier.
Yeah, patch of dirt.
And now it seems strange when we're surrounded by sand, but yeah, there is one patch of dirt. Behave like dirt until you pick it up. Until you move it once on the ground. If you pick it up, it behaves just like sand. But I think it's weird and charged with magic, and I believe the rest of you should see it.
Okay.
I will begin leading them towards the location while taking like several small breaks because after running that entire distance, Yin is not in any shape to like marathon the entire way there.
So wait,
And I,
so wait, you're bringing the rest of them there?
yes.
Okay. Albin appears to be observing some kind of dagger, a curved dagger. Pretty neat.
How could you get that? Alvin, where'd
Th-
you get it?
they tell you that it was from Inosuke.
Has no one taught you not to accept stuff from strangers? Especially annoying, weird Italian strangers? Oh well. Uh, we should probably make sure that that is safe-ish. And I need someone else to help me dig through
I
the ground. So I'm out of wild shapes
ask
currently.
Alvin. Ask Alvin if I can see the dagger.
Uh, they do not hand it over.
Uh, real quick. Okay. Fury. Real quick.
Ask.
Uh, I I don't know if you know this about me. Probably not. And I haven't told you yet. I get like migraines. Which like basically, you know what migraines are? Like really bad headaches. You know that sort of thing.
Yes.
I got a dip. I'm having
Goodbye.
really bad migraine. I
Goodbye.
can't. Yeah. I
The great, flaming disc begins to hum and let out a high, shrill screech. So I'm gonna end the session.
okay.
Yeah.
I can't talk more
Goodbye.
afterwards. I can go take some pills for this.
I'll see you next week.
Goodbye. It was
I'll
a
see you
fun
next week.
session.
Okay.
Everyone not being here. Thanks again. Bye.
Bye. Well, that was our weekly D&D. I'll see you all people for the next stream. I hope you enjoyed this. Tried to tried to include more combat. I noticed that people wanted that, so yeah, keep it real, guys.